Okay, let's go ahead and get this show started.
Let's get the show started.
Hey guys, welcome back to Talk Miley to Me. I'm Molly.
And I'm Becky.
And we have a very fun episode today, one that I feel like a lot of people are excited about. Album deep dive
Woo!
into Breakout.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Miley's second studio album.
I am excited about this one because the Meet Miley Cyrus one was so fun. Obviously, I like all these songs, but going through and listening to these albums top to bottom is really not something that I do these days.
Same. No, I agree with you. Because I was listening to this album at work today, just trying to get into the mood of this. And I was like, oh, I haven't listened to Breakout. What are some other ones? Obviously, I'm not a fan of Wake Up America.
Okay. Speaking of, can I clear something? Can I clear my name? This is getting ridiculous.
You can try.
Molly posted a TikTok reel of last episode. We were asked to go through our least favorite on each album, and we just did it rapid fire. We had no time to think. We got to Breakout. Molly's answer was Wake Up America, and I said These Four Walls only because it's a cover, and she sent me to jail, and all of you did too, and I'm being roasted online.
Listen.
I just want to say I was forced to pick one. Doesn't mean I do not like it. It's my least favorite.
It's true.
So
I will say I also got attacked for some of my picks. We can't please everyone.
No.
But also those are the reels that do the best because they're so controversial and they get people fired up.
It's true. It's true. But listen, we had to pick one, guys.
We had to pick one.
Chill on us.
What else would you pick? I'm being for real because all of these songs are great. I mean, I guess Girls Just Want to Have Fun. We didn't really think about how that was a cover.
Yeah.
You were like, These Four Walls just because it's a cover. Whereas there's like a blatantly obvious cover, which is the Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Yeah, but what was I gonna do? Take away her Cyndi Lauper?
Okay.
No.
It's true. I honestly, so surprisingly, Girls Just Want to Have Fun is Girls Just Want to Have Fun is the second most streamed song on Spotify off of this album.
I'm not surprised by that.
I kind of am. Anyway, we'll get into more of that.
I am. Let's get into it though.
Yeah. Breakout. This was released on July 22nd, 2008. The album peaked at number 1 on the Billboard 200 for 1 week and sold 370,000 copies. She also became the third solo artist to chart on the Billboard 200 under age 18 twice and 7th overall. So she's like, I think when we did meet Miley Cyrus, she was like one of the first youngest solo artists to chart on the Billboard 200 just one time. And so now it was like twice.
Oh my God.
Fun fact. Just thinking about like when this came out, like, do you remember just how you felt at the time? Or like, was this something that you were waiting to come out or like anticipating? Or put yourself in your space whenever this came out in 2008. Like, what were you doing? What were you thinking?
I'm pretty sure I was waiting. This was like around the time I had like my CD player and I would actually be like buying CDs. Not me, my parents, but I like I was, 9 or whatever.
That lemonade stand was not working.
No. No, I definitely remember like anticipating this, waiting for it to come out, wanting to get that CD. And then I got it, and I am not kidding you when I say like the CD shouldn't even exist for how much I ran this thing. Like constant loop of playing this every single morning getting ready for school in 7th grade. I specifically remember me like only straightening the front of my hair while the whole album played. It would take me the whole album to straighten my damn hair at this point. And I was like, I can't do it. I cannot get ready for school without this album playing. Like this is what I have to do for the rest of my life.
And now look at you.
And now look at me.
Independent queen. No, I specifically, you brought up the like in the morning getting ready for school. I also remember like just Breakout playing like a lot because it was the first one. And like with CDs, I mean, you could always hit next, but like I feel like when we had CDs, we would more so listen to like the entire album through.
For sure.
Than we do now.
It was like because it was less work to just do it like that.
Yeah. And it was just Yeah, it was just you put it in, the first song, the first lyric, the first melody you hear is do do do, like the breakout.
Yeah.
And now it's like we said earlier, I can't even remember the last time I listened to this song. And it's the
Right?
title of the album.
I know. I think this is such an amazing first track and an
It's true.
amazing title of an album
I agree.
for what she was doing.
Especially since this was like one of the two songs she didn't write on the album. The fact that it was chosen as her lead
Oh, is
track
that
and the
true?
title track. I'm kind of skipping ahead of myself, but yeah. She told ABC News that she felt nervous before the release of the album because it was more personal than her previous record. So,
Mhm.
like we've talked about before, a lot of people consider this her like debut record because it wasn't
Right.
tied with Hannah Montana.
Mhm.
That could be like a topic for discussion, but she said it was her breakout record to finally not be hiding behind a wig or a character. And she said, okay, this is really going to hurt because these songs are songs that I've written that are really important to me and things that I want to say. So I think she had more of a hand in all of these tracks with her emotions too, and we'll get into
Yeah.
it. But I mean, even just thinking like Seven Things and Goodbye, like you could definitely tell Nick Jonas was her muse during this time,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
as we've
yeah.
talked about. Thank you, Nick Jonas, for this record. The album was met with generally favorable reception from music
Mhm.
critics. I was doing some research earlier today, and the biggest complaint I would say back then was that it wasn't like too big of like the sound and just her approach to music with this record was not a significant departure from Hannah Montana. And I kind of agree with
Oh,
that. It
do
kind of
you?
sounds, some of them, like Breakout, absolutely.
Yeah,
Sounds like
yeah, yeah.
kind of Disney-esque, but I would say, like, Seven Things is definitely its own. Wake Up America gives that, like, Disney-esque Friends for Change vibe. It's
Yeah.
very half and half, but I think that if you're not, like, a stan and you're looking at it, from the outside looking in, I could see why people thought that. But also to give her credit, I mean, she was 15 years old. Like, what do you
Yeah,
expect?
yes, exactly. What she was doing what she knew because that's what you do when you're 15.
Exactly. Okay, should we just go ahead and dive in to track by
Yes,
track and talk about it?
yes.
So we talked about it a little bit already, but breakout.
Let the
Um,
party start.
yeah, it was such a vibe. It definitely was a good like wake up for school anthem.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I felt so
Yes.
seen because I'm
Yes.
pretty sure there's like a lyric that's like, I want to have some fun, gonna lose control.
Yeah,
And it's just
I do.
yeah, it's very much like, okay, this was written by like a 15-year-old, even though it wasn't written by Miley. It's written by grown adults.
Oh.
Um, Trey Vidito, he actually, one of the writers, had a big hand in a lot of Selena Gomez's early music,
Oh, okay.
which I thought was pretty cool, like Naturally and like that era of music for Selena Gomez. Ted Bruner, same thing with Selena Gomez, a lot of hand in that. And also Katy Perry, who we are going to see a lot on this record, surprisingly. Um,
Really?
yes, actually, Katy Perry sings backing vocals on this song.
No
And
wonder it's so good.
also, it was first recorded by Katy Perry, but didn't make it through to her second album and was passed to Miley.
That
Could you
is
imagine?
actually the craziest thing I've ever heard. I
Yeah.
had absolutely 0 idea of this. I mean, it makes sense why it didn't make it on her album. She's a grown woman at this point. It makes much more sense on a 15-year-old's breakout album.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And, who knows? If it was on Katie's album, she probably would have tweaked the lyrics a little bit, made
Sure,
it a little
sure,
bit less PG.
sure.
But yeah. I knew about the Katy Perry thing. I didn't know that she was still like that she was physically on the song doing background vocals.
Well, now I need to give it a listen under new ears.
Yeah, and like listen for her.
Yeah.
Um yeah, thought that was so neat. Another co-writer is a woman named Gina Schock, and she's actually from the Go-Go's, that old like
Oh,
band. Yeah, fun fact. And
Miley
although
always
this
working with
with the
legends,
oldies.
literally.
Yeah, literally. And though it wasn't released as a single, the song did peak at number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, which also very surprising to me because, like, I mean, it's not a bad song, but for it to do like better than, I think it did better than Fly on the Wall did, and that was
Do you
like a
think
full
that
on
is
single.
just because it's the first one? And if the album did so good, then if you're just clicking on the first one, I mean, that makes sense to me.
I think so. I think it said that it was credited to a lot of like the digital downloads during
Yeah.
that time. Also, it's like the title track, and she did perform this at the 2008 Disney Channel Games, which is a
Whoa.
little too iconic. So I'm sure a lot of 11, 12-year-old girlies and gays were like, "Mom, I need this song because
Mhm.
I need to break out
Please,
and
mom,
let
can
the
I have a
party
dollar
start."
and 29 cents, please?
For iTunes? Do you
Yeah.
remember those days?
Yeah.
I had no business actually buying music when I was so young,
I I
always begging for the iTunes gift cards for Christmas.
I would, like, hoard them, though, because, like, yes, one song is, like, almost yeah, $1.30, that's crazy. I was like, "I
Sometimes they had
really have
sales.
to like this song."
Yeah, no, it's true. When do you think was the last time you, like, bought something from iTunes, like a music or anything? Do you know?
I don't. I almost wanna honestly, like, I almost wanna say bangers almost. Does that
Yeah.
sound, like, too
No,
not
I feel
that
like
long
mine would probably
ago?
be around that era.
People
Um,
still buy things on iTunes. I did not realize that that was
no,
still a thing.
most I feel like the main reason why people do that is to show, like, support for artists and
Yeah.
to try to get it trending, which maybe we're calling ourselves out here that we should be doing that, but I'm a Spotify girly, and I'll
Yeah.
stream the hell out of all of Miley songs, but
Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna be
don't
buying
know.
anything from iTunes.
I'm not either. Even
Um,
though now we're like, "Oh, it used to be $1.30, like, that was a lot back then," and now it's, like, really not. That's like I'd pay that on Touch Tunes just to hear it once, but
it's true. That's usually when I got some lick in me, though. I would never do that
Yeah, yeah,
sober.
yeah.
Any other thoughts on this song?
I don't it's just so fun, and just immediately, when I hear it, I'm brought back to getting ready for 7th grade, and so it's just, like, fun memories.
Nostalgic. It's very
Yeah.
nostalgic. A second song on the album was Seven Things, her most popular song from this album, no
Most,
doubt.
yeah, yeah.
It was actually released as the lead single. It was written by Miley and some other people. I thought it was interesting. The producer on this song was John Fields, and I looked up like other popular songs he has produced. Those include Love Bug by the Jonas Brothers, who's rumored to be about Miley Cyrus, Burn It Up, Year 3000, like all these like Jonas Brothers songs. I think it's hilarious. Like, did she just be like, I need to work with the man that my ex-boyfriend did all of his shit with?
I
Like,
would
was that
I
some,
would
like,
ask her.
subtle
Yeah,
diss? Isn't that
yeah.
funny? Um,
For this insane diss track.
literally, and she made it so, like, obvious too, and I thought at the time it was so funny because at the time I felt like Nick Jonas wanted to be very secretive about the relationship and Miley really didn't care, but Miley was only being
Yeah,
secretive to, like for, like, respect out of him. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I thought it was so funny that she made it that obvious. Like, she had the picture of him and her in it with his face scribbled out. She had his dog tag necklace, which was, like, confirmed that it was his because it was, like, in
Yeah.
other photos. But she did confirm in her book, her, autobiography she wrote at 15, um, that she wrote this song on the Best of Both Worlds tour. She said it was originally, like, soft and nice, but then she, quote, "went nuts." During the recording process. It gave the song a harsher sound. Um,
That is so amazing.
she said she was angry and wanted to punish him, but towards the end of the song, she knew she could never hate him, so she ended up listening to things she liked about him instead, which she did not have to do that. What, like, a charitable, iconic queen.
No,
She's so nice.
charitable. No, and honestly, that is, like, so mature for a 15-year-old to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her
Um,
mind, like, this was
her
just
mind.
like she always is, like, just so ahead of her time, so, like, ahead of her years. This song is another one where it just, like, it feels new every time I hear it.
Oh, yeah. This is one I do go back to, or it,
Of
like, always
course.
pops up on my, like, mixes on Spotify because
Yeah.
it's just that girl. But the music video, I
Icon,
remember when it premiered,
icon.
Icon, icon. I remember when it premiered and I was just gagged. Like in front of my
Gagged. That's the
desktop
first
computer
time I remember being gagged.
was the Seven Things music video. And remember that girl that was in the music video that literally had a tear rolling down her face? Like the emotion these girls put into this. Like they all deserve Oscars.
It was just, yes, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we got to catch up with them not that long ago when we were like remembering this and like the girlies came forward and was like, "Hey, I was in the music video and this is where I am
Yeah.
now." Didn't this happen like a year ago?
This was like I feel like maybe a little over a year ago. Wasn't it around like the time she was doing that festival run or something?
Yes. Yeah,
Because
when
she
she's
brought back, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that was iconic. So this music video, I didn't know this, but the music video was the most watched music related video on YouTube until it was passed by Bad Romance by Lady Gaga in spring of 2010, and the music video premiered on June 28th, 2008. So for like 2 years, this was
What?
the most watched music related video. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
I got that from online. I hope it's true and I hope I'm not spitting like wrong, but like that's such a specific fact, so I feel like it's not fake. But I guess I could see that because at the time it was like, I feel like it was big at the time.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. I remember it like playing on Disney Channel
Yeah.
commercials all the time too.
Uh-huh.
And that was definitely one when I'd get a hand on a computer, I'd be like, "Let's watch the Seven Things music video, guys." That one and the Start All Over music video.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. The song peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100, which made it her highest song on the Billboard 100 because before that was See You Again and that peaked at number 10. So this
Oh,
was
wow.
like new territory for her at number 9. Also, I remember like originally she was going to be wearing boots with heels in the music video and she changed those into being like Converse
The Converse, yeah.
cuz she's a Disney girl and she
'Cause
has
she's
to
a
have.
Disney girl.
Yeah, Demi Lovato was doing it, like, everyone was doing the Converse with the
It was the
dress,
thing for sure, yeah.
but, it was so good.
I could keep going, but
I
I feel like
know.
we need to keep trucking along.
We need to keep trucking along. 3rd song is The Driveway. Interestingly enough, this song's demo was also recorded by Katy Perry.
What?
Yeah, and was rumored to appear on her album, but when Katy Perry was dropped from her old record label, the song was sold to Miley, who wrote new verses for the song, but just kept the chorus. So she has co-writing credits on it because she did change the verses. She just kept the chorus of the song.
Wait, that's crazy. And now that you
Yeah.
say that, like, suddenly I could definitely hear it with Katie's voice, and it definitely feels
Uh-huh.
like it would fit into her album. Like, it sounds like
Around that
that
time.
that song when she was like, "When I'm with
Uh-huh.
him."
Which
That
is
sounds like
so
the
good.
same exact vibes, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This song
So
would have done good on Katie's album, but I'm so glad that Miley got it because this is one of my favorites.
this is one of my favorites too. It's just so like, and I'm glad that she changed the verses to fit more of like how she's feeling
Yeah,
at the time.
yeah.
And of
Well, that
course the
shows her
song is,
talent.
yeah, it does. I
It
mean,
really does.
she also had other co-writers. Like all these songs have numerous co-writers with her, but so it's kind of hard to say like does she write a lot of it, but I feel like with this album this is probably she had more hands on the writing process on this album than she did with me Miley Cyrus, I would assume.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, such a good like deep cut, and I do go back to this one because it is like it gets me emotional. Like if I want
Same.
to feel something, I listen to this.
This is one of them, yeah.
Next we have Girls Just Want to Have Fun, a Cyndi Lauper
Mm,
cover.
mm, mm, mm.
This one did have me in a chokehold.
Well, of course.
I'm not gonna
At
lie.
the
This was one of
time,
those. Yeah.
growing up, did you know it was a cover?
Yes.
You probably did, yeah. I think that
Only
I didn't.
because only because like my parents were
Yeah,
like
exactly.
probably said something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think that I figured it out originally, but I remember being shocked.
I think she actually did perform this a few times and like she really embraced this cover a lot because
Yeah.
it's done well, obviously. But have you ever seen that clip of Miley at the 50th Grammy Awards and I want to say it's when she has her dark hair because she presented with Cyndi Lauper for one of their awards.
Yes.
And Cyndi Lauper was acting like cuckoo crazy because she's Cyndi Lauper. And I just will never forget Miley's just standing there like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
insert clip.
Oh my gosh. And the winner is. Of course, I can't open it. Yes, yes, Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse is not here tonight. She will be this award. We accept this award for her in her behalf, and she will be performing live on satellite.
I guess after presenting with her, they were talking backstage, and Cyndi Lauper was giving her like all this advice and was like, don't be scared of anything. People waste their lives being scared, yada, yada, yada. And after Miley spoke with her, she felt inspired to cover one of her songs. And I thought that was cute. I thought it was literally just like I like 80s music because I'm Miley Cyrus and I'm just going to cover this. There was
Yeah.
actually a moment that she connected with Cyndi Lauper at the Grammys before this album release, and she decided to put it on there.
That just gave me the chills. I did not know this, and I just think that we need to thank Cyndi Lauper for the Miley Cyrus that we have today, because this girl has not been afraid to do anything.
Oh, for sure. And yeah, I'm like, I feel like she's always been kind of like that, but I'm sure like someone like Cyndi Lauper when she was 15 looking at like an idol and someone from, the 80s music which she grew up loving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that was like such a fangirl moment for Miley
Yeah.
to be like
Ugh, I
speaking with
love
Cyndi
that.
Lauper.
I love that.
Full circle,
I've been in a rut.
I will say this is probably one of my favorites actually. Like Above the
Agreed.
Driveway.
No,
It's
I
so
love this song.
good.
Heart like a wheel.
In the part where it's like the bridge and she's like, I'll keep on running till we meet in the middle. It's like so much emotion
Yeah.
for such a 15-year-old. Obviously, she was so 15.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
literally.
yes.
And at the time, it's just crazy to me because I remember thinking she was so grown, and I know we talk about the time, but I remember thinking she was literally an adult.
No,
And now I'm like,
yeah.
she was 15. And so this was obviously written about her off again on, again, boyfriend, Nick Jonas. Thank you, Nick Jonas. And I do remember, because I was like such a Miley stan. I was like really rooting for my 11-year-old self was like, I want them to be together. Their end game, When she was performing this song, I forgot where it was at, but it was like 2009, I think. Early 2009. She said on her like on stage before this song started playing, she said the song is about two people. They're always going to come back together no matter what anyone says or the bad people that try to keep you apart. It's a personal story. Here we go. And then it started playing. And that had the fandom like screaming.
Hook.
All the Miley stans were like, love is real.
Yeah.
They're going to get back together. And then they literally did get back together.
Because he probably
Such a
heard
good
it
one.
and he was like, oh, she's right.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is a good one I actually do go back to.
I do too.
Keep on running. Okay, next we have Fly on the Wall.
This one goes so hard every single time.
It does. I feel like it gets a lot of hate.
For what?
I don't know. I think like if you're not like a Miley stan, people don't really vibe with it. It literally is like it's like her least successful single, one of her least successful singles she's ever had. Did you know that?
I actually did not know that. Maybe it's just because I've
that it
always loved it so
matters.
much.
And it
I
really
always
don't
thought this
matter.
was a bop. It doesn't matter. I just remember listening to this and I'm like, I want to be a fucking fly on the wall too.
Fly on the Wall. I will say these performances, like when she would perform this song, she gave everything into these performances.
Everything.
I think I've talked about this before because it lives in my mind rent free. But her performance at the 2008 AMAs, it was like around her 16th birthday. Her dad introduced her. She started out on the crowd and she ended up literally doing this whole choreography dance. It was like Thriller on stage. She was like swinging her hair. She went down a slide. It was nuts.
Everything.
Like it brought out so much choreography. And I don't really know. I mean, it's a bop. That's why. But I'm like, this song just brought everything out in her.
This is like one of her first like rock songs.
Oh, for sure. This is rock
Yeah.
and roll.
Yeah.
This is
She has
rock and
writing
roll.
credits on this one?
She does. Yep.
Yeah.
She said she wrote it about the media and the paparazzi. She said, sometimes they just wish that they could blend in and be there all the time, and that they might know me a little better if they were in my house, in my room. It's like I'm going to different spots trying to get away from them, and they aren't going away like annoying little flies.
I love that.
It's true.
Yeah, it's giving Northwest.
It's giving Give Me More by Britney Spears.
Mm-hmm.
Blackout album by Britney Spears.
It's actually so wild how many stars have the same message basically as a song, and it's actually fucked up.
Well, I feel like it was definitely more prominent in that time because
Yeah,
there wasn't
no,
like
for
any laws against it.
Mm-mm.
Because yeah, this was 2008. This was like around the time where Britney was dealing with that, Lindsay.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone was. It was actually so scary. And imagine being like 14 and 15, being stalked by grown men. Like that should be illegal.
Right.
That's creepy AF.
I mean, and it's because of at this time that was like the beginning of us becoming chronically online and like caring. Before it was probably not as bad because all they could do was post about it in the newspaper, and now it's
Yep.
getting put online. It's like the craze, like you have to be the first one to get everything online or in the magazines or whatever. But now it's like they still deal with it, but it can't be that bad because we have so much in front of us that it's like, what does it really matter?
Yeah, because now everyone, like all these stars have social medias, and so
Yeah.
it's way easier to connect with them just from their own source.
Yeah.
This was a banger. It only peaked at 84 in the Hot 100 for like 1
That
week.
is so shocking.
I
to
know.
me.
She did perform this at the Disney Channel Games too. So I remember she had like a red jacket on and like a hat.
Yes, I remember.
You remember she did like this. She was like,
Yeah.
the listeners are like, what is she doing? If you're watching,
No,
I'm
they
just making
know.
it weird.
Listen, if you're listening to this, you know.
She had the red hat. She had the like, what kind of hat is that called? Fedora? That's not what that is.
It might be.
Is that what you call a fedora? I don't know. She was looking some type of way. It was a sleigh at the time, though.
Of course.
Bottom of the Ocean.
Do-do-do.
This is a big fan favorite.
It really is.
I asked our listeners via Instagram and Twitter and all that. I said, let us know your favorite song off of Breakout to celebrate this coming out on Thursday. And a lot of them said Bottom of the Ocean. A lot.
I saw that. I know, it is really good.
It's just like one that's like a deep cut, very emotional, but like the general public doesn't know about it, really.
Yeah, no, this
it
is
was never
definitely like
big
an album track.
Yes. Yeah, like stans know this and love this.
Yeah.
She said in her Miles to Go book that she was inspired to write this song after her deceased fish, lyric and melody, passed away. And I just want to say, she predicted Miley Cyrus and her dead pets with this song. We should have known that we were going to be getting a psychedelic album about her dead pets in 2008.
Yeah. I mean,
when she was writing about her dead fish. And then I think she said it ended up being like, it started with her dead fish, but then it ended up being kind of about Nick Jonas, and then ended up just being for the people, like, you know, a goodbye song, a love song.
It's so crazy because you can talk about how she changes so much, but then like it's clear in her music she's the same girl.
Yeah.
Has always been.
She's always been like, yeah, I agree with that. For sure. She's always been like this. She's always been an animal lover, very connected to her pets and her fish. I mean, Pablo the Blowfish.
Exactly.
This is its little sister.
Is his little sister. Yep.
Bottom of the Ocean. So yeah, of course she has writing credits on it. It was produced by Rock Mafia. We see Rock Mafia come in. Fly on the Wall also they produced. So they have a few on here. She's a very long relationship with Rock Mafia.
She really does. She really does.
I don't know so much anymore, but definitely in her early days of music.
Yeah.
Track number 8, Wake Up America. Wake the fuck up.
Wake up. Does she have writing credits on this?
She does.
Yeah.
She
So
wrote this
funny.
song about taking care of the planet. We love that. And like I said, she's always been a little activist queen,
Yes.
always very much looking out for the world, big love person. So I do see why she would write this, especially when she was that young. I could see her writing something. Oh, One Son. This is One Son's little sister.
And they're also cousins with Inspired.
Oh, it's so
I'm telling
true.
you.
She's been the same in a way.
Yes.
This was produced by Rock Mafia. Listen, I don't hate this song. I'm gonna
No,
I'm
you
gonna
can't
defend
hate
myself
it.
too.
Yeah.
I just have to say, if I had to pick one to not
Exactly.
have, I would have to. If you have to pick one,
If you have to.
if you have to, like gunpoint, you have to.
Mhm.
It would be this one. I never come back to it.
Yeah. I definitely did. I remember really liking it, like, when I was listening to the album, because I was like, that's right, bitch. You're 15 and you're going to boss all these people around to be like, wake up, people. We got to save the earth.
Like,
Because when you're
yep,
15, honestly, you do get riled up about that.
you do.
You do.
I was so like, Mom, we need to be doing more.
You need to recycle that.
Yes, I was in
Yeah.
Friends for Change. Ugh.
Because you're like, what is happening? We have to do something.
We have to do
And
something.
this was
It's
around the
true.
time, this was like, yeah, Friends for Change, when they literally, like, all of us were like, oh my God, what are we going to do, guys?
I
And
literally
Miley
thought
was
the world
like,
was ending right then and there.
I'm going to lead the charge.
Yes.
I've
Yes.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did.
And I was like, wow, that's my idol. Next one is These Four Walls. And I feel like we've definitely just talked about this because we did our, like, it wasn't recently, but we did an episode about her covers. And I think we did, like, it was like a 3-part episode because there were so
So
many
many.
fucking Miley Cyrus covers.
Yeah.
And this is why you picked it as your least favorite, just because it's a cover, but it's still a good song.
It's really good. And her voice is really pretty on it.
I just really love, like, the few live performances we have of this song that are like acoustic that she did for the promo of this album. So good. They give me
So
chills.
good. Yeah. But the thing is that it's not really a great excuse for me to say that it's just because it's a cover, because unfortunately, like, not a lot of people know that at all.
No, yeah, it's true. And
It's
also,
really not like a popular song that you, like, girls just want to have fun, that you immediately hear it and you're like, oh, Miley's covering that.
yeah,
Until, like, last year, I literally thought this was a Miley song.
it's not like it's trying to overshadow what it was. Like, this original song by Cheyenne Campbell was like, no one knew what it was.
No.
So
But she really did really well with it. And it's honestly a really mature song for a 15-year-old to be singing too.
I agree.
Do we know why she
Also,
picked it?
I don't. I couldn't find that out. There wasn't a lot of information on this song.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm assuming maybe her team was like, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And she probably
Could
was
be.
like, "Yeah," because
Could
it
be.
definitely feels like a Miley Cyrus song for
It
like
does.
the time.
Yeah.
It's giving the
It
same
fits in
energy
here.
as
Yeah.
as like Simple Song and Full Circle. I feel like it kind of gives the same energy as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Simple Song, that is after These Four Walls. And I'm very sad to report that she does not have writing credits on this.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is sad.
I couldn't find that. So I'm assuming she doesn't because I didn't see her name anywhere. But I love this song. This is like one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
Yeah.
And also, it's very emotional. I feel the same way listening to this as I do as Full Circle. And her performance of this at Rock in Rio in like 2010, two years after she originally released it, it's like was still so emotional. And I just really liked that performance, which makes me love this song even more.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a really great performance of it. And it's just a simple song. La la la
And
la la.
well, I was like, oh, this is about her like Hannah Montana days, being booked and busy, her trying to cope with the pressures of being on Disney and being super famous. It really feels like she wrote this, or at least had some writing
I
in it.
know. I'm actually extremely surprised. And yeah, that is a sad thing to report. Damn.
But I swear, I literally was doing research and I was like, she doesn't have writing credits on it.
Damn.
So if I'm wrong, y'all, let me know, because I'm very shocked that she doesn't, but I literally didn't see it anywhere. She performed this at her Wonderworld tour, and To this day, I just think it's so crazy when I see the pictures from the Wonder World Tour. That was in like 2009, right? 1 year after she released this. Why do I feel like it seems so much longer? Like the Wonder World Tour seems
Yeah.
like she's like so much more grown than she was when she released Breakout in 2008.
Yeah, you're right. But I think that at that age and in her career, like, yeah, she just like grew up.
It was so like, yeah, she just seems so much more mature and older. And that's what kind of like, because she performed a lot of these songs on that tour because she didn't do a Breakout tour. This
Right,
was like
right.
the first tour after that. And that tour was really to promote like the Time of Our Lives EP.
Yeah.
But she sang a lot of these songs. And I just remember thinking like, wow, like you're like a whole different Miley, like performing these songs. I don't know. I thought that
In
was so weird.
in Miley fashion, moving on, being a different person after you release music.
It's true. But also being the same, like we said.
Right, right.
Um, Goodbye. This was produced by Rock Mafia and also very emotional song.
Very emotional song.
I was like 11 years old acting like I was in like a relationship and got broken up with, and I thought that I was like going through it every time I listened to the song.
No, literally. You have to. She takes you there.
She takes you there, and she has co-writing credits on it. I'm assuming
Not
it was inspired
surprised.
by Nick Jonas because that was like the only man in her life at that time. This was always to me considered the last song on the album.
Oh, same.
However, we have the See You Again Rock Mafia remix.
Yeah.
And this just goes back to what we talked about on the Meet Miley Cyrus deep dive. They pushed this again because they saw how much success it had without it originally being a single.
Yeah.
Because they told her they didn't want it to be a single, but then it blew up like crazy. And I didn't know this, but they released this remix as a single only in countries where the original version was not released as a single.
Oh, wow. I did not know that.
So, yeah, the two singles on this album, Seven Things and Fly on the Wall. This is See You Again, the Rock Mafia remix is kind of like a third single technically, but
Oh,
they didn't
wow.
release it as a single in the US, just in countries that the
Yeah.
original one wasn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they took that for the promotional music video for this, they took the performance from the 2008 Disney Channel games and they like had that as like the music video
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
where they had like
So
her like having
crazy.
glitter and sparks flying out of her hands and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought the remix was good too.
Yeah, it's not crazy different
It's
compared
not crazy different. I mean,
for a remix, yeah.
I'm usually gonna go towards the original,
Mm-hmm. Me
but
too.
if this comes on just accidentally, I'm not gonna like rush to skip it.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bop.
Yeah. Oh, this just honestly, like top to bottom, this is such an easy listen.
Not too
Love it.
long, not too short.
Yeah. And it really
mean-
does. I mean, I say this as if it's a good album, like you should always be able to do it top to bottom and it sound good, but like this one really does.
You really
And maybe
can.
it's just because I really did do it that much, but
Yeah.
I just really love this one top to bottom.
If you had to pick one to keep your favorite song off the album, which one would you pick?
Oh, well, I have to pick Seven Things.
Okay, what about besides Seven Things?
Full Circle.
Aw, I love that.
Yeah.
Are you just saying that so I don't bully you?
No.
Okay. I would say besides Seven Things, yeah, it's good to take that out of the way because it's like we have to pick
Yeah,
that.
because of course.
Besides Seven Things, it's so hard because it's so between Full Circle and Simple Song for me.
You love Simple Song that much.
Yes. I'm gonna have to pick Simple Song.
You can have Simple Song. I've been in a rut personally, but
No, I mean that's also is a hard decision. Okay. I've been in a rut. I'm gonna start saying that. If someone's
going
been,
to too.
how you doing? I've been in a rut. That's so Miley Stewart of her to say
It
that.
really is. It really is.
You know Robbie Ray was
love it.
saying that shit.
Oh yeah, I love it.
What is your least favorite if you had to throw one away? Guys, if she had to throw one away, don't come for her or me.
Well, I'm standing by what I said before.
Do it.
I'm standing by throwing away these 4 walls. Leave me alone.
Okay. Good for you. Stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say the same. Wake Up America is definitely one that I'm going to have to recycle.
Nice.
I'm a sustainable queen. Thanks to
Miley would be so
Wake Up
proud.
America and Miley. Yep. Okay. Well, that was our little deep dive on Breakout. And I just want to say, we didn't touch on this, but the promotional photo shoots and the album cover,
I've been actually
beautiful,
dying to bring this
classy.
up. Yes. No, love them.
We need to touch on
The
this.
gold microphone with the cord, the glitter. No, they're so
and how
cute.
the gold microphone matches the gold star.
Yeah. No, it's just
It was a vibe. Her dark
masterpiece.
hair.
Yeah,
Her
masterpiece.
breakup hair.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Oh, I got a photo shoot after I
Yup.
got broken up with." But it's too good.
How fun. I really like it how you like get these facts that we've never heard of before, because we could talk about these songs forever, but like to then share these things that like most people probably don't know.
No, and to be honest, so typically, guys, when we do like a regular episode, we share notes. But for these deep dives, I like to not share with Becky because I like to see her reaction, because
Yeah.
I just like to see like what she reacts to some of these facts, because I don't know about these either. Like
Yeah.
some of these, like the Katy Perry thing, I'm like, what the hell?
That literally rocked my world today. It really did.
Rocked your world.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but Katy Perry and Nick Jonas, thanks.
Yeah.
THX.
Thank you. Yes, so much. I
We'll
feel
be
like
back.
there's a little bit of housekeeping. Hold on before we go.
That's what I was gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
If we wanted
There's
to
just
talk
some
about
things
that.
going on that we need to talk about real quick.
Okay. You
First
take it
of
away.
all, there are so many pictures flying around of Miley lately, and guys, I can't keep up with whether they're AI or not.
They are AI. The
Sick
Polaroid.
of you. I'm sick of you. All.
The only one that's not right now is the Bob Mackie.
That's real?
That's real.
See, I don't know. Okay, so yes. So there was like, okay, obviously, I knew that the Polaroid that said like 1992 Miley's version or whatever, I know that wasn't. But they're just looking really good and real.
Dude, they're looking so good. Like, I definitely moved.
But what's the deal with the Bob Mackie? Who posted that? Did she?
So I guess there's like a documentary coming out for Bob Mackie, and she is in it talking about like, you know, her Grammy performance, because that's like an iconic moment, and she's like a big fan of Bob Mackie, so
love that.
Okay, Ocean by Calvin Harris featuring Miley Cyrus. There's been so many rumors going around about that. So like, it's like there's been rumors, okay, she's about to make an announcement that it's going to be coming out soon. But then there's also rumors that Calvin Harris has been throwing out these clips of the song against Miley's team.
And he's in like big trouble, yeah.
Well, because like they haven't posted anything about it.
Not one thing.
And I could totally see him doing some shit like that.
He's posted it twice now, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I mean, I'm not complaining. I think it sounds so good, but I'm also like, can we get like a time frame? Like, can we figure out when this release, even if it's the end of the summer, can we at least get a date?
This is like the same shit that happened with Doctor when like Pharrell just played it and we were like, hello?
Yeah.
So do you think that we're actually going to get it?
Oh, I hope so.
I think we will.
I just don't know why there's like no time frame on it. That's just like annoying.
Very weird, very weird.
But Miley's cover of Psycho Killer, we've talked about it a little bit already, but that's coming out this Friday.
Oh my God, it is this Friday. Oh yeah, I'm excited for that.
So we'll have a lot to talk about, I think, next episode.
I think so, for sure. Okay, so big news in the Miley Cyrus family, the Cyrus family drama. Okay, so as we're recording this, yesterday was Mother's Day. Little Noe Cyrus posted a picture of herself as a baby being held by seemingly Tish. It almost doesn't look like her. I think it is her. It has to be. But then it was confirmed. So like I remember I sent it to Molly and my sister and I was like, this is huge. Noah is acknowledging her mom.
She didn't
And
say anything on that one.
she
just
didn't say
posted
anything,
it.
just the picture, but posted it on Mother's Day. Today, we're recording Monday, May 13th. This is Tish Cyrus's birthday. And Noah posted a picture of the two of them and said, "Happy birthday, Mom," period.
The period
A
is what,
period.
like, but it's kind of like her. It's kind of on brand for her to, like, post like that, I feel like.
She's just saying it very matter-of-factly, but it's huge that she acknowledges this. She didn't go to her mom's wedding. She hasn't acknowledged anything that they've done. So
And all the
I think
rumors
this
about Dom.
Yeah, I think this is a huge step in a good direction for them.
And so Noah and Orville Peck just released a song last week.
Yeah.
And Brayson, like, produced it or something like that.
Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
So Tish reposted the song on her story when it dropped on Friday and tagged Noah and Orville and Peck. Or Orville Peck and Brayson. Like, she tagged all three of them.
Oh, wow.
So people were like, oh, like, she tagged them. Which, it definitely is bigger news that Noah posted something, though, because I feel like Tish has always showed support. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, she commented on Noah's post on her own birthday, and her mom just commented, like, "Happy birthday, Noe." So we'll see what that means.
I want a reunion. I want them to all get to, like, along.
I know. I want...
Even if it's without Billy Ray, at this point, I don't care.
I just want, like, Miley and Noah and Tish and Brandy to make a choreographed dance and post it on Instagram. Is that too much to ask?
I feel like it might be.
It definitely is.
It definitely is.
Oh, man. But
so
yeah,
we have
that's all I got.
some big things happening. We'll definitely have probably a packed episode in 2 weeks, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed. Well, thanks, guys, for listening today. Let us know your thoughts. As always, you can leave us a voice message and we'll play it on the next episode of
Please
the podcast.
do. That was so fun.
It was so fun. It's so easy. You just go to our description. There's a link in our description of this episode, or it's also on our Instagram page on the links area. But you just click it. It takes you to a page. You can record it on your phone, submit it, and then we will play it on the next episode. You can also follow us on our socials, and usually, like, the Monday before the episode drops, I'll, like, post something to where you can send in your, like, written listener submission, I guess, and we'll, like, talk about it on the next episode.
Yeah.
But make sure to like and subscribe and rate us 5 stars. We appreciate the support.
We do. We really do.
We
Love
really
you.
do. Love you. And I hope you guys aren't out there in a rut.
I hope you're not in a rut.
And wake up and recycle. For reals.
Period. We're
Okay.
serious.
We're serious. Ooh, we're spitting bars.
Bye.
Period. And we're serious. Bye.